Well guys, it is finally that time of year. It's elk season and I am in Colorado. I drove through the night. Got something poking me from Alaska still in my shirts. So I drove in from drove in from Texas last night. I am absolutely beat, but I got here, it is 5:30 right now, and that gives me enough time to go sit. So I'm gonna go sit water. It's super hot here. I'm actually sitting in a little field next to the river. This is public land. It's a little spot that I figured other people would be at, but I'm just gonna do it just because I'm here. Go sit, maybe I'll get lucky and something walk out. But got the Bowtech dialed in. I'm about to get out. I just got out of the car and got dressed into some First Light goodness, and we're gonna be hunting solo for the most part this week. I got my buddy Chris. He's off Labor Day. He's off tomorrow, so he's gonna hunt with me tomorrow, and then my buddy Cash may come out for a day or two in between guiding his clients. So for the most part, solo hunt, public land, Colorado, archery. Went and got my tag. Let's get it. I'm in my little blind. Got this field up here. This side too. My best side's gonna be this side because the wind's blowing like that way. It should block in front of me, but anything in that side, if it comes out, is probably gonna win me. But this is about the only place that I could get where I'm not too close to the river, and I got basically a field on both sides of me. So we're gonna sit here. When they come out, if they come out, it's gonna be right at dark. So we're just gonna sit here and chill, let everything calm down, and hopefully something comes out. The sun is about to go over the mountain, and I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. But I heard something walking in the river about 5 minutes ago. It's really, really quiet, and I'm in some really, really loud grass. So we'll see how it goes. What is this?
It's hot out.
This is my killing shirt.
It's hot out, man.
Alright guys, this is the next afternoon. I didn't film this morning, nothing happened. Just went and glassed and scouted a little bit, but we are looking at some elk right now. So we're putting a game plan together on Onyx. Got some private land. Don't be showing them our spots, bro. Zoom in.
I didn't want any names.
So we're right here. The elk are right there. So we gotta, and we have permission on this private, so we gotta skirt around this. It's just the wind's bad. We're trying to figure out a game plan. So using Onyx to help us out. I'll let you know when we get a game plan together.
Good, I got my lucky shirt on.
Yeah. We're making moves. Halfway there. We just have to cross a little sagebrush flat. That's gonna be the trickiest part. And we still don't have the best wind, so we'll see what happens. Small 4-point bull at 110 yards and a bunch of spikes and cows, but the big bulls haven't come out yet, and he stopped bugling, so I don't know where he is. We heard him in the river.
Yeah.
Gosh dang it. What just happened, Chris?
Ranching for wildlife just happened. We had this bull coming. Been doing a little cow talk and he was bugling and everything, and all of a sudden, just like that, 6 gunshots. Because they can.
They may have shot more than one bull.
They're just after that big one.
Alright guys, so I'm gonna hop in and out of this video to kind of do some explaining. It's super difficult to film a lot because I was hunting by myself most of the time, and it seemed like every time I got on elk I just didn't have time to pull out a camera because it was either now or never to get to these elk. So finished up that night. The Ranching for Wildlife, you can look it up. It's like a Colorado resident thing, I believe, and you can apply for that. And it's pretty much, I think you can hunt year-round for elk with this tag with any weapon, and that's what happened to us this night. The big bull that we were hoping that was going to cross the river over into the pivot that we had access on, he got shot. So the next morning I woke up, I was hunting by myself the whole next day, and did the same thing, got up on my ridge that I had been glassing from. The herd that I had been seeing that got shot at that night before was not there, so I went back a ridge, and this is when you see me get close to these elk. So enjoy this footage. It was this close. Meow, meow, meow. Oh guys, it is the third day, and it's 11:30. Saw one little 6-point this morning, and it's really hard to get footage because I'm trying to cut these elk off, so I don't have a whole lot of time to like film them because I'm trying to get in front of them. But something crazy just happened. I came out to a whole completely new area and got on one ridge, started glassing, didn't see anything, so I went around to get on another ridge, and I saw like 4 raghorns. I was like, oh, and they were going towards the ridge that I was originally on. So I hauled butt back to the ridge I was on, and a herd of like 60 starts coming over the peak of the other ridge. And I got within, as you can see in the footage, I got within 90 yards of that big bull, and then I was at 36 yards from the smaller bull, and the cow spooked and he never gave me a shot. I thought he was about to step out, and I pulled back and she stopped right in the opening where he was supposed to step. So it sucks, but we're getting action. Stuff's happening. We just gotta make it happen. So that was really fun. I'm probably gonna go find some shade now because they're definitely going to bed. I don't know what they were doing out here at 11:30, but it's so hot here. It's like 95 right now. It's gonna get to 97 today, and those 2 bulls, there's like 5 or 6 satellite bulls, but those 2 nicer bulls were actually bugling. They bugled probably 6 or 7 times since I started seeing them, so we'll see what happens. So like I said, I drew back on that bull. He was about to step out, and the cow caught me whenever I was drawing back right before the bull stepped out, and she didn't like it, so she took off, tried to throw some little mews at her and at the bull, and it didn't work out. So that was pretty much most of the action on that day and that evening. Didn't really get into a whole lot. Heard some bugles down on the river, so the next morning is where you're gonna see us, Chris actually got off work again and came and helped me out. So this is the next morning, and all the elk decided to be on the opposite side of the river again. So watch what happens. Pretty cool. Alright guys, next morning. Gonna try to make something happen. Hearing some bugles, but they're across the river, so just gotta see what we can do.
There's that really tall 4x4. Tall 5x4.
There's another one. That cow. Don't keep going.
What?
Don't keep going. He's not going.
I don't know. Because we ain't that lucky. Did you range him right there?
160.
See the cow down.
130.
Come on, buddy. There's elk just on the other side of this knob. He might walk right through that drainage. If he hangs a sharp left. See if he comes right up this little drainage here. He's just walking right up towards this drainage.
That big herd that you saw across the river, they went and bedded in the willows downriver, and this little bull, it's probably the smallest 5-point, one-horn 5-point you'll ever see. He actually crossed the river with 2 cows. And Chris's mouth was so dry from our hike that he couldn't get his mouth call to work, so he started mewing at this bull with just his mouth, and actually called this bull in to like 50 yards. Could have taken him, but decided to pass on. It was only like day 3, I think. It was really fun getting that little bull in. super close. Wish it would have been a big 6-point, but sometimes you just can't be picky. So this went on for the next 3 days, basically just playing cat and mouse with these elk, trying to cut them off. Ran into a few other hunters, and we were kind of hunting the same general herd that was moving through this area, and one of the guys actually got a shot off on a decent bull, and it was bedded. I helped him look for it for probably 2 hours, and we never could find any blood or anything. He told me where he shot it and all this stuff. It sounded great. We never found the arrow, so that's just an unfortunate part of hunting elk with a bow. But overall, probably the best elk hunting trip I've ever been on, semi-solo. I was into bugling elk every single day, and unfortunately there's a lot of footage that was on my zoom camera of these elk bugling and a few other bulls that were not shown, that were just awesome bulls, 300-inch bulls, and the card is absolutely ruined. Everything that I pull up on it just shows black, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Hopefully I can recover that footage. I don't think I'm going to be able to, but if I do, I will add it to another video. But overall, one of the funnest elk hunting trips I've ever been on. I cannot wait for next year. I was debating this year whether I should do the archery over-the-counter elk hunt in Colorado, because I know that there's a really good chance that I can get on a nice bull during first, second, or third season rifle, and that is also an over-the-counter tag, and I'm always into bulls up there whenever I am deer hunting. So it was a big decision to make this trek up there for archery season, and I'm super happy I did. Even though I didn't come home with a bull, I know what I'm going to be doing next year. I know exactly where I'm going to be going, and hopefully the elk act the same way this time next year. But I am home now, getting ready to go to Utah. Have a deer tag in Utah with the Utah Air Guns crew, so y'all will be seeing that next. And I have been home for a few days, and I finally finished up the Osage Orange self bow. So I backed it with some rawhide, got a handle sewed in last night, got my string made from Gill's Primitive Archery. So I'm super stoked on that. I'm gonna be shooting that a bunch the next day or two before I leave for Utah. And I went and got me some arrows cut. These are not wood arrows, they're just old school aluminum arrows. I want to get some wood arrows. I just didn't have, nobody in town carries wooden arrows, so I had to order some, so I just got those in the meantime to practice with. But super pumped on that. Try my hardest to kill a deer this year with that bow, and I'm super pumped about that. So y'all leave it in the comments how your season's going. DM me pictures on Instagram, Mike the Mullet Man at Instagram, and I will do my best to post every single one of your pictures on my story. I would love to see what you guys have already gotten into this year and throughout the season. Send them to me, DM them on Instagram, and I will throw them up on my story. If you want to support the channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell, or you can go to mulletman.net and get shirts, hats, hoodies, spices, and Mulletman Bait Co. baits. Cannot wait to be in Utah after another velvet buck. This is the one I shot last year with the Utah guys, and super pumped to be back over there. So y'all stay tuned for that video. I'll catch you in the next one. Hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and remember, eat good.